Hey guys, Matt here from iTech224. Today I'm going to be doing a review of iPhoto for iOS. Real quick before we get into this review, if you guys like this video or any of my other content, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, iTech224. Follow me on Twitter at Gonzo3303, add me to Google Plus and Facebook. All those links will be down below in the description box. Let's go ahead and get into this review. So at the iPad event, one of the things Apple announced is iPhoto for iPad. Now we have the complete package, so we have iMovie, GarageBand, and iPhoto. Apple's really committing to the post-PC market, which is tablets and phones and stuff like that. And with these apps, you are getting very powerful programs that you can use on the go. iPhoto is available in the App Store for $4.99, and you can go ahead and download that today as long as you're on iOS 5.1. So when you enter the app, there's a number of things you can do. The first thing you see is all your pictures, and it looks pretty much like the stock Photos app. But once you get underneath, there's a lot more things you can do with the pictures now, and it just works a lot better. So here you can navigate through all your pictures. You have your album view, and that'll show you the ones that you've edited and the camera roll. And then you have all your photos, then you have your events, and then you have journals, which is something I'll show you in a second. So if we go back to photos, we can go ahead and navigate throughout these and see all the pictures that we have on our device. And a cool thing is that we can go ahead and start editing them. So if we go ahead and go into this, it'll take us into full screen mode. And then here on the side you have your navigation, so you can see all the pictures still and you can navigate between them. Now say I have all these 4 pictures here or 5 pictures here and I wanted to compare them. I can go ahead and tap and hold on this other one, and now it brings them both up. I can also do it on 3. Now it brings all 3 of them up. I could do them with even all 5. And now we have a view of all the pictures here that are similar, so I can compare and see which one I like more. And if you have the camera connector kit, you can even import straight from SD and delete the ones that you don't want, and you can see which ones work better for you. So navigation is just really simple, and you can go through your pictures very easily and find the ones you want to work on. So once you find one that you like, you can go ahead and start editing it, which is really cool. So click edit, and then all your options pop up here at the bottom, and there are just a ton of features that you can use. So if you ever get confused, one of the best features I think of this app is that up here there's a question mark. You just hit the question mark and it'll tell you everything you need to know about the app. And if you're ever confused or anything, you just hit that question mark anywhere in the app and it'll tell you exactly what the buttons do, and it's really easy to navigate. So if we go ahead and turn that off, then we'll go ahead and show you what the editing features in this app does. So we can go ahead and change the crop, or we can straighten it, we can change the exposure, we can change the saturation or colors, and then we have a few brushes that let you do cool effects like darken an area, or you can even do spot removal, which is really cool. And then we have a number of effects and templates that you can just go ahead and pre-apply onto your image. And then here at the bottom we have our simple navigation tools. So we have auto enhance, then we have a flag, or we can rotate the image. We can go ahead and mark it as a favorite, or we can go ahead and delete it. So it's really easy, and everything's just laid out very simply. So if we go ahead and go into the straighten and crop tool, here we can go ahead and crop the image. We just have to drag up to the center or from the side and then move the image around, and then we can crop it the way we want. So say I want it like that, then we'll go ahead and crop it there. But if you notice, this isn't entirely straight, so I can go ahead and just straighten this out a little. I'll just go like that, then we'll move the picture over a little. That looks a little bit better. And another cool thing about the straightening feature is that you can actually use the accelerometer to straighten out. And not entirely useful, but it's definitely a cool feature to just have around. So now that we're done with straightening and cropping, let's go ahead and go into exposure. So in the exposure panel, we have our brightness, we have our contrast, and then we have our levels. So if we want to make it a little bit brighter, we just drag up, and that'll make it brighter. And say I wanted to make it more contrasty, I'll just pull this way. That's going to make it more contrasty, and now it's really bright and contrasty, which I personally don't like. So let's go ahead and fix this to the way I like. Let's go for a little muted tone. We'll bring this up higher, maybe a little contrasty. And now we have, it looks a little bit better, a little more interesting than it was before. So also in all these editing panels, you can go ahead and you can double click on the picture and go ahead and edit by either sliding up or to the side. So if you slide up, it's going to change the brightness, it'll go up and down, and then you can change the contrast by going side to side. So it's really easy and really cool to use. So now that I have that, let's go ahead and go into our colors. And here you can change your saturation, you can change the blue color, you can change the green, and you can change skin tones. So if I wanted to make this more saturated, I'd just pull it up and it's going to really saturate everything. But I want to go for a muted tone, so I'm going to pull it down a little bit. And now we have kind of a muted green color. And now I want to get all the blue out because I want it to be just kind of green and foresty, so I'm going to pull out the green. or blue rather, I should say. And now it's taking out some of the brightness and taking out all the blue, and I want to bring up the green just to kind of enhance the shadow areas. And now it's changed the colors and it looks a little bit different than if it was just a saturation control. So now if we go into the brushes area, you see all these brushes that you have once they load up here. And once you have all these, you can see the different ones we have. We have a soften, we have sharpen, darken, lighten, desaturate, saturate, red eye, and repair. The repair tool is really cool and works really well. All you have to do is draw in the section that you want to fix, and it'll go ahead and fix it and match it really well. So if you have someone who has bad skin, or if there's something in a picture or dust on the sensor of the camera you use, then you can go ahead and use the repair tool and it'll take it away, and it looks really good. Then you have red eye, which of course it'll fix red eye. But if you notice in this picture, we have a little bit of a darker side on this side. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get the lighten tool. And then we're just going to draw over here. And it's going to change everything on this side. It's going to brighten it up, as you can see. So just kind of brightening everything up. And if you take the time to do this, it'll just work out better for you in the end, because you can have a even image if you have something like this. So now I've brightened it up, and now we have kind of a split green effect. And I think it looks kind of interesting, I guess. And we have like a yellowish green and a darker green on this side, and it's kind of cool because it's getting split down right the middle. So there's just some cool effects you can do with this. Now if we go into the preset pattern, you have all your options here, and you can go ahead and swipe up and you see all these options that you can choose from, and these are all presets. So if I wanted to choose here, it'll give me a cool purplish tone here, kind of muted and weird, and then I can go ahead and just choose between any of these and kind of just change the color. But I want to go with something down here. Maybe let's go down here somewhere. We'll choose a kind of a vignette like this. It'll make the sides darker, and you can also pinch and zoom to change the effect that you have here. So if I wanted just minor, I just pull it out to the sides like that, or if I want a lot, I just pull in really close like that, and then we have kind of a cool effect. So now that we're done editing, we can go ahead and save it out to wherever we want. So we go ahead, click here, and we can make a journal. We can share it to our camera roll or iTunes or email, and there's just a ton of options here. You have your social networks here. I'm gonna go ahead and just export to the camera roll, and now it's going to ask me which one I want, and I'll just say the selected one because that's the one I want. So now it's going to save it to the camera roll. So now we've saved it out, and as you can see on the side here, we have two pictures. This is the original, and this is the exported one. So now we have our edited photo exported, and it is on our device. So one last cool navigation tool is that if you use two fingers and hold down, you get a magnifying glass that you can go ahead and pull around, and you can go ahead and see any minor details that you might have missed, and you can go ahead and check everything and just see if it's the way you want it. And if you want to take it away, you just go ahead and tap out, and now you are back to the regular picture. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you what the journal feature does. So we're going to go ahead and select a few pictures. We're going to select these that are similar the same day that I took them, and they're not really interesting pictures, but let's go ahead and select all these. Now we're going to go ahead and make a journal. And now we're going to use the selected ones that I've selected. Now we can go ahead and choose from all these different templates of a journal that we want. And basically a journal is just kind of a collage of pictures. So we'll just go ahead and create journal. Now it's adding it to the journals. Now let's go ahead and show it. And now we have, these are our journals. And it's just a fun way to show your pictures, especially if you just come back from a trip or something. It's definitely an awesome way. And if you have geolocation information, what the app will do is go ahead and pull up the information from that day. So it'll put a map, and it can even put the weather up, and it's really cool. So as you can tell, this is a really powerful app, and there's just a ton you can do in here. You really don't even need a computer if you're just a minor photo editor. If you just like family photos and you just want to make a few tweaks here and there, you really don't even need a computer. You just need to get the camera connection kit, and then you can go ahead and just store your photos on the iPad and just edit it from here with this app. It's really, really powerful, and I'm really impressed with the capabilities that you have with it. So that's about it for my review of iPhoto for iOS. Again, it is $4.99 in the App Store. You can go ahead and click below in the description box, and it'll take you to a link where you can directly get this. And while you're down there, make sure you guys click on the other links to follow me on Twitter or add me to Google Plus and Facebook. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys check out some of my other content, and make sure you guys subscribe so you know when I upload new content. Thank you for liking this video and commenting below. I'll see you guys in my next review. See ya.